the Opposite Force Parkour. It is Friday, so that means it is Fitness Friday. We already filmed our first Fitness Friday video. We actually shot it yesterday because I was worried it would rain us out today, but it did not, so we got a little lucky. Yesterday we did the core strengthening tutorial for beginners. So we're going to put a little link to that. It'll be right up here somewhere. But before we get into what we're going to do today, which is going to be the push-up tutorial, beginning push-ups, I'm going to give a quick shout out, actually another one, to Muad bin Taba over in Morocco. We're becoming really good friends. So, hello Muad, as well as Ayub, which is Muad's brother. The main reason I'm doing this is because Muad did something really special. He sent a video to me doing some push-ups himself. So I'm going to let you guys watch that real quick, and then I'm going to explain why you're watching.
Yo, wait, thank you so much for seeing my name in one of your tutorials. I love them so much, and I love you so much. Peace. And now I'm gonna do push-ups. Push-ups, variation for beginners. And
So those were Muad's push-ups, and I really just want to say thank you, Muad, man, and love you too, bro. It's just really cool that you did that for us. It really shows your love for what we're doing. So yeah, we're still a small YouTube channel, but I know that with support from friends and from fans like you, that we're going to be able to do something huge and awesome. One of my main goals doing parkour is to be able to teach it to people all over the world, and knowing that I've made friends all the way over in Morocco means a lot, because that means I know that what I'm trying to do is working. So you guys hold it down over there, Muad. You train your butt off until I can get over there to Morocco and we can jam together, man. Peace. Salam. You hang out there, man. Alright everyone, we're back. We're going to deal with doing some push-ups. That's why I'm down on the floor. Now, before we even get started, I'm going to say that push-ups are awesome if you do them right. They're better if you do them right. They're going to be harder if you do them right, but you're going to see more benefits if you do them correctly. So that's what I'm going to show you guys, is how to ensure that you're doing your push-ups correctly, and that you're doing them every time the right way and with proper intensity. Now, there's a couple reasons why push-ups are awesome. Number one, I like to call them a no-excuse exercise, because you can do them everywhere. There's no excuses. It doesn't matter if you're on the road, if you're at a friend's house or something like that. Whatever your situation, you can pretty much jump down on the floor and do some push-ups. So there's really no excuse when it comes down to them. So that's number one. Number two is the fact that they are a great and sort of complex exercise because of how many different muscles are required. You're going to be hitting your triceps, your chest is involved. If you're doing them properly, your core is going to be involved. Even your glutes. I mean, you can engage your entire body all the way down through the legs, and you should be. While you're doing them, you should be engaging your entire body. That's how you're going to get the greatest benefits out of them. Now, there's a couple tips that I'm going to give you guys before I actually show you some proper push-ups so that you guys can start correcting your push-ups. So we'll actually go from the head all the way down. Number one is going to be keeping a neutral head position. A lot of people slouch their head down while they're doing their push-ups, you want to keep your head in line with your torso. So I'm going to show you what that means real quick. Alright, the next tip, 2 tips actually, that I'm going to give you guys. Number 1 is going to be about how to use the hands and where they should actually be. And the problem that I see a lot of people have when they're doing their push-ups is that their shoulders are up near their ears because their hands are out too far. Usually, it's because people are putting their hands up near their head as opposed to pulling them back. You want your hands to be behind the plant of your shoulder. You want your hands to be planted behind the shoulders. That will allow you to get a greater range of motion, which we'll talk about range of motion later, because a lot of people talk about having the elbows at a 90 degree, and you can actually get them further than that if you're doing your push-ups properly. Now, the second thing about the hands is to put the weight of your push-ups on the outside of your hands. You can actually do your push-ups with your thumbs off the ground at all. The outside of the hands are better at absorbing pressure, and they honestly give you a little bit of a better push. So those are the second and third tips. Make sure that you're keeping your hips and your torso in proper alignment. I'm going to show you some of the mistakes that people make when they're doing their push-ups, and they're gross, and it's why a lot of people are struggling with their push-ups. They're not really getting stronger. It's because altering the alignment of your hips and torso changes the range of motion and also changes how much is required of your triceps and your shoulders. You don't want your hands up here, alright? You don't want them up past your head. You want your arms back here. And flatten out the torso. The best way to do that is to engage the core and engage the glutes, bringing your hips down so that you're straight. You don't want to be like this. You don't push ups like that, terrible range of motion, or like this with your butt up. Next thing we're going to talk about are the elbows, what to do with them. What type of range of motion should you be looking for from your elbows, and should you lock your elbows out at the top of your push-up? Step 1 is do not lock your elbows out at the top of your push-up. You want your elbows to remain relaxed at the top of the push-up. And second is about the range of motion going down into the push-up. I like to bring my chest almost completely to the ground, or maybe an inch away from the ground or floor, depending on where I'm doing my push-ups. And that actually allows for you to get a slightly greater range of motion than the 90 degrees that a lot of people are accustomed to whenever they're doing their push-ups properly. That also means that you'll be hitting the scapula, which a lot of people don't really think about whenever they're doing their push-ups. But those are up here, and you want those to come up. You want them to close in near one another. And the best way to achieve that is to go beyond that 90-degree range of motion. And honestly, those are the tips to doing the proper push-up. If you're still having issues with the push-up and you really cannot get them, if you can't. You cannot. The best things that you can do are start lifting some really light weights. And if you don't have weights that you can lift, then you can do your push-ups on your knees. And that'll just be a way for you to really start understanding the form of the push-up and getting a little bit of your own body weight put into your shoulders, triceps, and your abdominal region. If any of you guys are having really serious problems with your push-ups, leave me a message in the comments. Explain to me what you have going on, or you can even film something for me, and I can give you my email address and you can send it to me, and I can see what you've got going on, because there's lots of little tiny things that can be happening with your push-ups. Have a good Fitness Friday. Leave some messages in the comments. Make sure you like the video, subscribe for more of our shenanigans, and I will catch you guys later. Yeah.